Hi, I'm Ashley DeLucio. I'm 26 years old. I was born in West Palm Beach, Florida. I lived in Florida until I was 12 years old, and then I moved to Tennessee, and I grew up in Tennessee. I can remember in the fourth grade is the first time that I finally realized that I don't feel normal. I'm not like, I guess, the other kids. I ended up in a mental hospital and was put on medication for depression. When I was 15, an older girl that I hung out with picked me up from work one day and asked me if I wanted to go get high. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like fun. And that was the first time that I really just, it wasn't that I was content in my own skin, but it's that I didn't care that I wasn't content. I can actually remember my mom grounded me to the house, so I couldn't go get high. And I was like, I think my mom takes pain medicine. And that's when my addiction really took off. I had confidence in myself. When I got high, I could do anything, and I didn't have fear anymore. I didn't have fear of rejection. I didn't care if people didn't like me. It took me to a point where I had absolutely no one. I didn't have anybody's couch to crash on anymore. I didn't have any person that I could manipulate to let me sleep there. One of the longest nights of my life. I was so exhausted that I ended up sleeping next to a dumpster. To me, it was the perfect place to lay my head that night, because it was a dumpster that had a fence around it. No one would see me. I broke down cardboard boxes and I made myself a bed. Because I just wanted to close my eyes. I just needed rest. In my rock bottom, I end up in jail, and I spend 5 months in jail. And that's probably the first time that I had to sit still, and I couldn't run. And I had to sit still and look at myself. I knew that if I didn't walk out of jail, if I didn't walk out of those doors with a complete plan of action, that I would die. On November 1st, I walked into the doors of Justin's Place Women's Recovery Program, and every girl came up to me and hugged me. And I was like, why are these girls so happy? Looking back on it now, I never realized how much my life would be different just 10 months later. It's only been 10 months. It feels like a lifetime. To tell you about my time in Justin's Place would be telling you a love story. Because God has chased after me my entire life, and I didn't even know it. And I didn't care to know it. But even walking into Justin's Place, he met me right where I'm at. He knew exactly how to touch my heart and soften it. Today, I have a relationship with God. I have my own personal relationship. And I owe that all to Justin's Place and the women that have gone before me, because I saw what they had and I wanted that. I wanted that light and that joy that they had. This past 10 months in Justin's Place has been the best time of my life. I've lived for 26 years, but I've never lived like I've lived the past 10 months. My lifetime friends I found in Justin's Place. I found women that truly hold me accountable. I've had the opportunity to work with women and see them at their darkest and show them that it's possible, and help them, hold their hand and help them walk out of the darkness. One of my favorite things is to see someone that doesn't believe in God and they come running to me to tell me how God just spoke to them, and the enthusiasm that I personally get, but just, I know my God reaches everyone right where they're at. And the love, the perfect love he has for every woman in Justin's Place, it's really amazing. I know I wouldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for God, but also the women in the program. I've never had friends, genuine friends, friends that don't want anything in return. I have accountability partners today that when they see a behavior that's not glorifying God, they tell me. And I've never had that before.